Oh, with another live, man. Chosen ones. First of all, y'all hit that like button. Let's get this in the algorithm, y'all. I'm gonna say it one more time. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get this in the algorithm. Chosen ones and daily warfare. Every we in it every single day, man. We in daily warfare. No, it's a war that we are involved in. We're involved in a battle. Man, guys, man, it was today where it was a female. She was trying to make me mad because she was mad. But what happened was she had asked me some sort of question. But I knew for a fact that, if I would have answered her back how she wanted me to answer her back, she would have tried to make me mad. So the first thing I said, even though I heard her, Bala, what's up, man? Even though I heard what she said the first time, I just said, what? You know what I'm saying? Because like it really didn't make sense. But it's a spiritual war. We at war with some of us. When it come down to our jobs, we at war, man. People trying to make you mad at the job. It was a female. She was trying to make me mad at the job. But I didn't allow her to steal my joy. I answered how she didn't expect for me to answer. I gave her a what. Even though I heard her, but I said what because it didn't make sense. It kind of like threw me off. And I knew for a fact that what she was saying, she knew for a fact what she was saying didn't really make sense. And what happened was, it came down to me going to the bathroom. Like I clocked in and I went to the bathroom. And then she was like, why would you go to the bathroom right after you clock in? Like, and a person can't use the bathroom when they want to use the bathroom. Like, it's crazy, man. But like I said, it's spiritual warfare, man, at the jobs. Because she was upset about something. But I switched that energy. I turned her energy off. I turned that negative energy off towards me by replying what instead of, saying, well, I can go to the bathroom when I want. I didn't, because I didn't want to get into no conflict. And then she was like, never mind. You got to have a discerning spirit, man. You chosen ones. You got to be smart. You got to be wise. Because people, like I said, man, they're going to try to transfer their negative energy onto you. And people going to do this a lot. But you have to not allow that demonic spirit within them steal your peace, steal your joy, steal your high vibration. Because like I said, I was vibrating ultra blue or gold. I'm going to say I was vibrating gold, man. I was vibrating gold. She was vibrating red. And she was trying to get me to start to vibrate red like her. Man, you gotta be smart. You gotta be spiritual to discern certain stuff. Like I said, I don't really, I try to see things from more of a spiritual perspective. And I'm glad I responded like that instead of how she wanted me to respond, because she would have tried to, argue with me and stuff like that. I ain't got time for that, man. I go to work, and after that, come on, get on my purpose, y'all. But yeah, daily, man, you guys gotta watch out from these energy vampires. They try to steal your high vibration. Like I said, us chosen ones, we vibrating gold. Some of us vibrating blue, ultra blue. But the low vibration, the vibration of the people that's vibrating red, that's what they want us to vibrate red like them. Don't get in that red, man. Don't get in that red. You're gonna be in the danger zone. Don't get in that red, chosen ones. You gotta see things from a spiritual perspective. Because a lot of people, what I'm saying, they're not happy with where they at in life. They're not happy about their life in general. So they're gonna try to project that negative energy onto you. You can either ignore it or you can act like you could try to, you can just play dumb. Like me, I just played dumb. I basically just played like I didn't know what she said. even though I know what she said. Yeah, but chosen ones, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a spiritual war. It's spiritual warfare with us like every single day. People, they try to take stuff out on you and stuff like that. Wayne, what's up, bro? Don't pay them no mind. Don't pay them no attention. They're not worth your time. They're not worth, you know, they're not even worth being around your energy. No, your high vibrational energy, your peace, it rattled their cage. You know what I'm saying? Your peace, it irked they soul. My bad. I ain't know I had that. I had something on my face. But anyway, yeah, chosen ones, you gotta make sure that you don't allow these people to steal your peace. You don't allow these low vibrational spirits that's vibrating red steal your high vibration. You happy. You are fine. You're doing good. And then this low vibration gonna come around and try to make you mad because they mad. See, and when you don't get mad, they either get madder or they flee. That low vibrational energy, it'll flee. It'll either flee or even get madder. I made the low vibrational energy flee, today, at my job. I made that low vibrational energy, that she was vibrating red. I made her go on about her business. But you have to do that. You always have to protect your energy. Always protect your energy. Don't be negative because you see someone else being, because you see someone else trying to make you negative. They miserable, so they trying to make you miserable. Don't be like that. May the Lord himself give you peace always by all means. Young Cole. Man, I appreciate that. I'm going to call you R, man. I appreciate that, R. Yeah, but telling you, even with our family, even with our friends, it's still going to be like some spiritual warfare going on with that. People neglecting us. People leaving our lives. Spiritual warfare going on with that. That's spiritual warfare. Don't chase nobody. Don't try to run after nobody. The God within you got you for sure. The God within you wants you to don't want them around you no more. That's why they love you. That's why they left your life. Don't sleep on that. Don't be ignorant to that. What made you get on your journey? What made me get on my journey? How I really start becoming way more spiritual. First of all, it was semen retention, sexual transmutation. That's what made me get on my spiritual journey at first. Now after that, I stopped eating certain stuff that was not healthy for me. Then I started taking stuff that was way more healthier for me. And then it just made me get on my spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? And I started to learn. The main thing is, and this is the most important, the main thing is the God within me and also digging for knowledge. Trust me. The God within me and digging for knowledge. That's what made me want to, okay, it's time to stop vibrating red. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point I was vibrating red. And how I was vibrating red, I was not an evil person, but I was miserable. Because I didn't know my purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was vibrating red. But now I'm vibrating gold, man. Vibrating gold. Abandonment of stuff is crazy. Yeah. But hey, like I said, man, it made me want to self-improve, man. Self-improvement is the way. I'm seeing growth by me doing this. So it's like, bro, and I love what I'm doing. That's what it's all about. Loving what you're doing. Elevating your mindset. Elevating your character. Holding yourself more accountable. Being more Doing more shadow work. No, building up your soul. You know what I'm saying? I can never miss. Flight, what's up, bro? Flight don't miss, man. He ain't miss yet, bro. I appreciate you for coming alive, Flight. Flight be going in, man. Flight is very, very consistent. Wayne, respect, man. I respect you for coming alive, man. But y'all guys gotta understand this. You know, it's gonna be people trying to use so many things against you to stop you. You know, witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Try to come around you with a narcissistic personality. Spiritual battle. People gonna try to argue with you. You know, for no reason. People gonna try to debate with you. You know, just because they feeling, you know, they want to be so right. Chosen ones, you just gotta sometimes let people have it. Just let them have it. Let them feel like they're right and just walk away. Because you don't want them to steal your energy. You don't want them to steal, you know, your vibration. That's what it's all about. And these demons is jumping, these low vibrational energies, they just jumping in people's bodies from left and right. They jumping in people's bodies from left and right. They are, you know, inhabiting people. They're taking over people's souls left and right nowadays. They fear our energy. Most definitely they fear our energy. That's why it's daily warfare with us. It's daily warfare with us. We don't be bothering nobody. But they bothered by our presence. No, they bothered by our frequency, our energy. We vibrating too high. Like I said, some of us are ultra blue, excuse me. And some of us are gold. Vibrating gold. They scared of that gold, man. When you vibrate gold, they scared of that. You almost there, about almost there to godhood, man. You almost there. Angel numbers. Yeah, I believe in it, but like I haven't really seen too much yet. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest, Wayne. But I have had dreams and stuff like that. Like it's somebody that's around me that's low vibration. That's vibrating low. You know, like I said, I dream about snakes every now and then. And guess what, bro? I had a dream. And I kid you not, I don't know if y'all seen that video, but I had a dream, bro, and I promise you this, man. I was laying in the bed. I went to sleep. When I went to sleep for like an hour or 30-some minutes. I woke up early. But I had this dream I was sitting right here, right in this chair. And then, excuse me, as I'm like looking down. And then when I look up, I see over 200,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. As I look up. And then I cursed. Then I was like, D, man. I was like, wow. And then the subscribers just kept going up. I'm a dreamer, and I'm a filler. You know, I'm a dreamer and I'm a filler. Because we walk with the highest vibration is high too. You right? Yep, we walk with the highest vibration. We walk with the high vibration. Man, they scared of us, man. You know, and also people like when it comes down to jealousy, you know, people, you know, they thinking that you have more money than them, or that you know more than them. You right, you do know more than them, because your vibration is much higher than theirs. They low vibrational. They hating on you because you choosing to study. You choosing to dig for knowledge. You choosing to grow. You choosing to have discipline that they don't have. And, you know, and the reason why they jealous of you because they really wish that they was you. They had the spirit. They wish they had the spirit, the vibration that you have. They wish they had all that. They wish they have the self-esteem that you have. That's the thing. The self-esteem and the vibration. They wish they had that ultra blue vibration or that gold vibration that you have. They wish they had that. But they don't got it. No, they don't want to change. They don't know how to change. But you want to change and you know how to change. And you are changing, you evolving. They slowed up. They gave up on evolving. No, they gave up on the shadow work. They gave up on accountability. They gave up on the God that's within you, that's within them. They gave up on themselves. Because of that low vibration. See, when a person got a low vibration, they're not gonna get, they're not gonna really reap too much of the fruits of their labor. If you vibrating low, nope, they don't. People that's vibrating low, they don't reach the fruits of too much of the fruits of their labor. They'll get a little bit. They'll get a little bit. God get, the devil or God to give them just a little bit. But not much. The majority of the grass ain't green. No, it's still, it's still dirt. They don't want to water their grass. See, you watering your grass, you coming out there every day. You on your purpose every single day. Watering your grass. Yours green. Yours getting more greener. You now you got more land than them. They're mad at God. that's the biggest thing. They're mad at God. They wonder, God, why me? Why? What have I done? I went to church. I paid my tithes. Why am I prospering? Because that's not all that you have to do. That's just the beginning. That's just the beginning of your spiritual journey. That's just the beginning of your self-improvement. That's just the beginning. So yep. So they are a hater of God's chosen one. Yep, they are. GG, what's up, man? You are making me, my garden. Daily watering was so relaxing. What's up? This is the truth. Yep. When they can apply the same principles. But you know why they can't apply the same principles? Because guess what? God already know what type of spirit that they have. God not going to allow them to have the same discipline as you. God not going to allow them to have the same principles. God not going to allow them to have the same vibration. God going to keep them in that low vibration. You know why? Because God is not going to make them do anything. God not going to make nobody do nothing. Because their mind has been turned over to a reprobated mind. So that demonic spirit has taken over their soul. See that low vibrational energy has taken over their soul. They can't self-improve like how you self-improving. They can't do it. They vibrating red. They can't do it. But you got the God that's within you, and you vibrating ultra blue or gold. So you could do it. You could do it. Understand, I'm not perfect, but I try and I stay out of the way. I lead it only takes the false. Yep, right. That's the thing. See, that low vibrational spirit is going to keep them where they at. Because God allowed that low vibrational spirit to take over. Take over their mind. God allows it. God allows that. So they can't level up. Because God already know that they're a Pharisee. God already know that they're a Pharisee. They're not really genuine with God. Nah, man. They're not being for real with God. They playing church. They playing, holy than thou. They putting up a front. When the grass is cut, the snakes will show. Yep. 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 When the grass is cut, the snakes gonna show. That's a fact. They mad at you because they mad at you because you chose God and they didn't. They won't. Because when you choose God, accountability must take place in your life. A change must take place in your life. People don't like accountability. Most people don't like it. I'm not saying everybody, but most people don't like it except God's chosen ones. We like accountability. We don't mind. We don't mind. You just subbed today, bro. I appreciate that. ISLA. Isla, I think that's your name. Gambino, if that's your name, all day. Yeah, first is the key for men. Yep, it is the key for men. But that's not just that's just not the only thing. You still gotta eat healthy, and you still gotta like I said, do some shadow work as well. A strong man retains riches. Proverbs 11. Right, facts. But why does my heart chakra expand and I cry on as forgiving narcissism? Yeah, once you get on SR, bro, you're gonna start to mature as a man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start to mature. You're gonna get all the all the that trauma, you're gonna release it. You're gonna release it, but you're gonna release it in the right way. Moving righteous and stay away from those who do not serve your highest God. Your highest good. Right. Yep. But they don't understand, man. My cash up, guys. Like I said, man, y'all support the channel, man. Like I said, it could be $1, $5, $10, whatever the God within you lay on your heart. Support the cash out, man. I'm finna put it in the comment section. Y'all help me out. I appreciate all donations, man. All donations go to me. I appreciate you guys. Riches are in our scene. We deplete. Yep. It is. That's facts. I'll support. Man, I appreciate that, man. Show some support to the cash out. R said he gonna show some support to the cash out, man. I appreciate that. Why do people target me after I go on his heart? The old nurses come back. Being nice is supposed to win. I'm just call you I. What? That's a test. When you get on sexual transportation, that's a test because your vibration going up. So the narcissist, they're gonna try to come back in your life to try to drain you. Daily warfare. See, that's warfare right there. That goes right along with the title. That's warfare. They're trying to test you. Just to see if you're gonna allow them to come back in your life. But they vibrating red. Ignore them. Ignore them demons. Why you look, just think about this. You vibrating higher. Your vibration going up higher and higher and higher. Your colors going from, different colors. You're going, brighter colors. You know what I'm saying? They colors staying the same. It's vibrating red. They're gonna come back in your life to test you just to see if you're gonna accept that low vibration in your life. And then they're gonna try to drain your vibration. It's all a test. You know, you forgive those narcissists, but you don't allow them back in. You move forward. That's what you gotta do. Man, I thank you guys for coming in the chat, man. Like I said, man, I'm finna get on back to the next live, man. I appreciate y'all support. Like I said, y'all support the channel and support the Cash App, man.